Retail analyst Doug Stevens now with more. Doug, good morning to you. So shoppers are looking for big bargains and the liquidation starts today. How will this work and what can they expect?
Well, I hate to be the Grinch that stole Christmas, but I'll say what I say in most of these kinds of situations. Don't get your hopes up. And it's not to say that there won't be some good prices to be had as things become marked down. But there's also an obligation here that both the company and the monitor, A&M Canada, who is overseeing this liquidation, they have an obligation to the creditors to try and actually optimize the value of that inventory. And there's about $315 million worth of inventory. So the tendency in these situations is not for sort of an immediate blowout, 50% off kind of thing. They will gradually mark down the price of products. But again, they're trying to optimize what they get in return so that they can pay back creditors.
So 6 stores will remain open. Can you give us your thoughts around that and the fact that none of them are out west? It's only Ontario and Quebec.
Yeah, certainly. So the only rationale, and again, we don't know what a lot of the backroom discussions around this have actually been, but my only guess is that they've looked at the portfolio of stores and really tried to determine which of these stores have the best opportunity to actually remain functional, to remain sort of business as usual, and which are going to deliver the most in terms of revenue and profitability, again, in the hopes that of really 2 things. Number one, that there may be at some point a creditor that comes to the table and says, we'll give you a lifeline. Or perhaps that a buyer comes to the table and says, hey, before you liquidate those 6 remaining stores, we will take them. We'll take them off your hands. We'll take the brand. We'll try and make this a going concern again. And thirdly, as I said, I think the creditors really pushed for this because they're saying, hang on a second, if you guys blow everything out super quick and liquidate, we could we're stuck holding the bag here. So they've tried to prolong this and really look at the most productive stores to keep open.
Bay stores occupy a large footprint. So what becomes of all that prime real estate?
Yeah, well, that's the 64,000 or perhaps the $64 million question is, what do you put inside those large spaces? And I know that there are lots of plans and a lot of thinking around this in the commercial real estate sector, because certainly the writing has been on the wall, not only for department stores, but for shopping malls for some time. I know that some of these companies are now looking at building mixed-use developments around these these shopping centers and department stores. They're also looking at alternative uses, fitness, entertainment zones or entertainment centers, grocery, even bringing grocery back. So I think in the long term, we're going to look at sort of a rethinking of the use around these properties as developers try to almost, construct villages within the city, these little self-contained, livable, walkable areas that may include more than just sort of legacy retail.
So you're not saying the mall is dead just yet, Doug?
I don't think it's dead, but it's certainly in a position where it has to reinvent itself.
Doug Stevens, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks.